Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version to our YouTube channel, so you can check that out. My name is Vetta, and as always, I am being joined by my brother, Matt.
Hey, you guys.
And this month's theme is love triangles, and on this episode, we will be discussing The Notebook.
Yay.
I think we have polar opposite
Yeah, well, I mean,
thoughts on this.
yeah, I'll talk about it in just a second.
But before, hold your thoughts. Before we do that, what are you drinking today?
I went back to my old fashioned, just drinking some red wine. It's delicious, but yeah. What are you drinking?
I made the same thing. I think I'm gonna stay with it all month. The Love Story. It's really good.
Yeah, it looks good. Maybe I'll do that for our next movie.
Yeah, and then I have the good old standby rum and Coke right there.
Oh yeah,
add a little cherry grenadine to it.
Yeah, again, a classic. Can never go wrong with it.
Can never go wrong. All right, so we are discussing The Notebook. So before we do that, is The Notebook the only Nicholas Sparks movie you like, or are you a Nicholas Sparks fan?
I am. Okay, well, this is the thing. I am not a Nicholas Sparks fan, but I just want to say, so I watched this movie way back in the day and I hated it. I thought it was so stupid. I was like, oh, fuck you, Nicholas Sparks and everything. Recently rewatched this movie because of this podcast. I love this movie. Oh my God, Vetta, I was just like, I was crying at the end. Like,
are you going through menopause?
Yeah, I was. Well, I think the first time I watched it, I was like, I had just gotten broken up on, and I was like hating on every woman. I was just like, if you're not gonna blow me, get out of here and everything. So I think I was just in that state of mind. But now that I'm all married and shit, I was all like, this is super freaking cute. Like, I was like, I have so many things to say about this movie. I can't wait to talk about it.
Oh, good. Good. I'm looking forward to it.
Good for you. Yeah. But
so my problem is I don't care for Nicholas Sparks' writing. I just don't.
I haven't read the book, so I don't know.
I read a couple because back in the day, everyone raved about them.
Right.
Not a fan of his writings, so I stopped reading the books, and I saw a couple of movies, and I've never seen a Nicholas Sparks movie. Well, that's not true. I am not opposed to A Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore.
Yeah, I like that movie.
That one's not bad. But that one's got a whole different twist to it. These other ones I don't like. I am just not the only part of this movie I like is at the end when they die at the same time.
I didn't like that part. So I was like, all right.
Okay with that. I know that I'm not mentally stable enough to handle dying before my spouse or after my spouse. I need to die first.
Gotcha.
I'm not mentally stable enough
to
handle him leaving me, because you know how much responsibility I would have then.
A lot.
And that's scary.
Right on. Right.
So, all right. So this movie. Oh shit.
Well, you just they
Allie.
Yeah.
I always get Allie and Annie because her mom's Annie and she's Allie. And
I'm pretty sure if you called her Annie, I wouldn't. If anybody said anything, I'd just be like,
I hate when writers do that. Like, what's that? In World War Z, it's like Jerry and Terry. And I'm like, really? You couldn't name one of them Bob? Fucker?
Right? I just want to say, like, Ryan Gosling looks so young in this. I mean, so does Rachel McAdams. But when I started watching it, I was just like, oh my God, he looks he's like a baby with his baby face and everything.
They were both super good in this. I will not
they're
take
so
that
hot.
away.
They're both so hot.
Did phenomenal jobs. I think this was Rachel McAdams' breakout.
Sure. Yeah.
Thing. I mean, any movie you get to see Ryan Gosling's abs in is
and he's got that great twink vibe to him and
but
everything.
This is my whole thing. Oh yes, he at that time definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I
haven't seen the Barbie movie, so I don't know.
Oh no, he's not too. No, he's like more like a twunk in that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, hello, daddy. So
my whole thing is there is a reason that this movie didn't win any like real awards, and the only awards it won were at like the Teen Choice Awards and like
Best
the
Kiss
MTV Movie Awards, the best lip lock and the best whatever. So
well,
nobody kisses in the rain like that. I'm just telling you people this right now. When you kiss someone in the rain like that, it's like you're drowning. You're wet
but
and
it's
you're
so
gross.
cute. It's so
No, it's
cute.
not.
I'm gonna rave about
Everyone's
this
looking
movie.
out at you going, oh, look, a couple of wet dogs. Nice. All right.
Bow
So
wow
this
wow,
movie
baby.
starts off in Seabrook, right?
Yeah,
Seabrook.
Seabrook. Yeah.
And he's from the wrong side of the tracks. He's poor, and she comes from wealthy money. Oh no, we've never seen this before.
Right on. Can I just say
Nicholas
though?
Sparks.
Yeah, he said he only makes like 40 cents an hour, and I was all like, "Oh, that's so little money."
Yeah, he works at a mill.
Yeah,
in
which
like
looked
the
terrible.
1940s.
Yeah,
Because it's
something
right
like
before
that.
World War II.
Yeah,
he goes to war eventually with his best friend Finn.
Yeah, Finn, who dies in the war.
Who dies at war.
Yeah.
Bummer. Okay.
Yeah, bummer.
So
go ahead.
Yeah, no, go for it.
No, you go.
No, you go.
Okay, I was just gonna say I loved this movie. I thought it was so stinking cute. It's ridiculous. So I love how they met at that fairground, and like he got on the Ferris wheel and was all dangling, and I was like, oh bitch, let him fall. He'll fall, and that's fine because that's not your problem anymore. But I was like, but I was like, you want that hot Ryan Gosling D because you agree, which she didn't agree to go on a date. She just said, I want to go on a date with you. And then later on, like at the next day, he's all like, but you said you'd go on a date. And she's like, I didn't say that. And I was like, she didn't say that, honeybee. She said she wants to go on a date with you. She didn't say she would go on a date with you. But I thought the whole thing was so freaking cute. Like when they go and they sit in the middle of the road, I'm all like, you little idiots, but how cute is this? And then they're dancing with no music. I was like completely just like, this is so stinking cute. And I just want to say, it just brought me back to a time when I'm all like, it was like so cute how they didn't have the internet. So it was like you had to come up with stupid shit, like sitting in the middle of the road to like impress somebody. I'm all like, this is like no joke. It's like super cute. It's super cute. What did you think?
So for those of you that don't read our comments, a while back we watched a movie and one of our subscribers told Matthew they were taking his gay card back.
You cannot take my gay
card.
After
that little rant, we can give it back to you.
You can't take my gay card. I'm keeping it forever. It's mine.
So I'm all for romantic dates, but come on.
What do you mean, come on?
I just can't.
What are you talking about? It was adorable. They were dancing with no music. Shut your face. And they were like dancing, not that stupid, like just sit there with moving the shoulders and everything. They were like being so stinking cute. And then just like the way they interacted with each other, it was like,
it was not actors. They were doing their job.
Oh, there was charisma there, and there was a connection. Even if they weren't in love, they were good at their craft. But it was just so good. Like I love when they went to the beach, and she's like, I'm a bird, and she's like, Sam, a bird, and he's like, and then he's like, you're a bird, and everything. I was like, and her bathing suit was so like old timey, but I loved it. It was so cute.
Hey, I will say at least she said I'm not a bird, because if that movie was made today, she'd be like, oh my god, I'm a mermaid.
Yeah,
I'm a mermaid. I'm so pretty. I'm a mermaid.
Yeah, it was so cute. The only thing I didn't like about her bathing suit was she had that little like scrunchie on the top of her head. I didn't like that part, that little look to it or whatnot.
I love like pre-war era bathing suits.
Oh my god, yeah, I loved it too. I thought it.
The one pieces, those look like boys wrestling outfits.
That's true. Yeah, I liked her bathing suit. I thought it was super cute and everything.
I love the high-waisted bikini and the cute little tops. Yeah. All right, so that's a positive from this movie, I suppose.
Yeah.
So her parents hate.
Positive.
Yeah. So her parents hate this. They're anti. He's from the wrong side of the tracks. You can't marry below you. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, the mother is for sure.
Oh yeah, the mother
dad.
Is for sure.
The dad at least tries to hide it.
Yeah, the mom. No way. Well, because the mom lived through it. We find out later that she went through the same shit and she didn't get to choose, so why should her daughter? But then she changes, and now her daughter, and then she wants her daughter to choose.
Yeah.
So
can I talk about before they break up, that when they go to his mansion, mansion? Okay.
You knew where I was headed. Let's move.
Oh my God. Yeah. Exactly. So I love how he takes her to this crappy looking house and he's like, I'm going to buy this place and fix it up. And I'm like, this piece of shit.
Yeah,
You're gonna fix
their
this
dream
piece of
house.
shit. Yeah, this piece of shit up. And I like how she like, she's decided she wants to make sweet love to him and everything and take her V card and everything. And I'm all like, but then what's his face comes in? What was his friend's name? Finn. Yeah, he comes in. He's like, Finn, you get out of here. And I'm all like, yeah, Finn, get the fuck out of here. He's trying to, wet that weasel and everything, and you're ruining everything.
Hey, Noah should put a sock on the door to let Finn know.
Well, I don't even know why Finn was there. Okay, he knows that's his house. His shitty torn down house, or almost torn down house.
It's not his house yet, though.
Not yet, but it's going to be. Come on. And but I like, and then I love how they get back to her parents' mansion, and I like how he's like, "Sir, this is my fault," and he's like, "I'm trying to speak to my daughter," and I'm like, "Oh, he told you. He just bitch slapped you, dude." So yeah, and then they break up. But is there anything else you wanted to say about them? Him putting it in her vagina and then her be like, "Ow, it hurts," and everything. But is there anything you want to talk about? Okay, great.
No.
We can talk about losing RV cards later. Anyways, so
I'm very boring, so it'll be a delight.
Oh, mine's nothing special either, but if you really want to talk about it, we can. Okay, so when they break up, I know this was your movie. I'm so totally taking over, but I just love
that. That is just fine because I regret picking it.
When they broke up, I was just all like, I was like so sad because he was all like, this isn't the life, I'm never gonna be, rich or whatever. And she's like, what are you saying? And I'm all like, yeah, what are you saying? You love her and everything. And I was sad when they broke up. And then she was like, fine, then go, get away and everything. And I was like, no, don't push him away and everything. And it was just so cute, but at the same time, so heartbreaking. Like, I was just like, yeah, like when he started smacking himself, I was like, oh, don't smack yourself, dude. Come on, and everything.
All I thought was, how funny would it be if Finn came out from behind him and was like, why you hitting yourself? Why?
That would have been good. That's good. That's a good one. Oh my gosh, that'd have been hilarious. That's funny. That makes me laugh now. So then after, go ahead. No, you go, hooker.
I was gonna say, so they broke up. We're all sad now.
Yeah.
So sad. And of course, what is the solution to dealing with a breakup in the 1940s? Join the army.
Right. Yeah.
War.
Yeah. Because she tries to before that. She like regrets it. So but they're leaving like the next day. They're leaving, and she's like, so she like drives to the mine or quarry or whatever he works for, and she's like, and then she tells me, will you tell him that I'm sorry? And I came by, and he's like, I don't know. He's trying to forget you. And I'm like, just tell him, Finn, be a friend.
I already fucked shit up, Finn.
Yeah, Finn. He was trying to give her the hot beef injection and everything, and you ruined it.
Giving her a little pickle tickle.
Yeah.
You said no pickle for you.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, they join the war, we have not talked about the old couple like at all.
Oh, yeah. So the whole time, this isn't really the movie. This is a flashback. So shit.
There's
Duke.
two. Yeah, Duke.
What's her name in real life? Like because this is a story that she wrote, and the names Noah and Allie aren't their real names. But the real names are Duke and.
But I thought they called her. Did he call her Allison? I thought maybe he didn't refer to her by her name.
No, he does at one point.
He?
His name is Duke. That I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember him referring to her what her name is, but
give me a second.
No, don't worry. Yeah, we don't have, it doesn't matter anyways. So he's reading this story that she wrote in like a diary.
She was diagnosed with dementia.
Alzheimer's.
Nope, dementia.
Oh, whatever.
Sorry, you lose. I paid attention to the details because I
You
wasn't won
lose.
over by the
You lose.
sappy love shit. So,
You lose.
anyway. So anyway.
I'm sorry I have a heart, fucker, and I love love, okay?
I love love too
You
with
cold
my
heart,
husband.
you
I don't care
heartless
about everybody
bitch.
else. I am when it comes to everybody else, whatever.
Don't you love though when you meet like a couple and you like hear their love story and how they met and how they proposed and
Oh,
the wedding and all that bullshit? Don't you love hearing all
you
that
know what?
stuff?
We're doing that at the end of this. We're going to talk about our meet cutes with our
Okay, we'll
spouse.
do it. We'll do it. Okay. So yeah, so there's these old people and she wrote
Yes.
down her story so he
Because she
reads
didn't
to
want to
her.
forget him.
Yeah.
So
Or their
she wrote down
family.
this whole like journal. And
Mm-hmm.
every day he starts out the day reading this to her because her
Mm-hmm.
dementia is so far set
Yeah,
in. So when he's reading it and you're watching Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams, it's really him telling the story to
of them,
his
yeah.
wife.
Yeah, the story of
Yeah,
us.
her name might be Alice or Allison or something. I just don't. I don't
Yeah,
remember him. I can't either.
I can't remember him saying like them saying her name because I
And
remember the
maybe it's the
nurses.
actor's name that's a Duke that I'm thinking of.
No, they called him Duke. When you said
Yeah.
Duke, I was like, no, they did call him Duke in the thing.
Yeah.
But
So, and he never knows if she's going to become lucid or not. So he always tells her the story and spends the day the same way because he wants her to remember him, and he doesn't want to scare the crap out of her because she has dementia. So
yeah, can we just, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude.
yeah.
Can we just skip all this nonsense? Because the old people, I found that to be the most boring part. I was like, I don't give a shit about you old people. Fuck
Yeah.
you old people.
They're living in a nursing home together. She lives on the memory loss wing, and he lives on the normal memory old people
I have
place.
heart problems wing.
Right. Because they can't live in the same one because it would be too jarring to her every day to wake up with a stranger.
Right.
So
I want to talk about how like she meets James Marsden because this is where the love triangle comes in. She meets James Marsden after the war and he's like a little hottie patati. Let me tell you what.
Let's just say if you want a movie with some nice eye candy, male or female, this movie
well,
is
I'm going to
ask
you, and I'm going to ask you every movie about the love triangle thing, but because that's what this month is for. Out of the two, which one would you have chosen? Ryan Gosling or James Marsden?
Oh, I'm super vain. Totally Ryan Gosling. Those abs.
I picked James Marsden. Look at those eyes. He is a cutie patootie. Oh no,
they're both. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't say no to either one.
And he looks great in his suit. I mean, like I have nothing against Ryan Gosling, especially now with his abs. But yeah. Okay. So
I mean, he's married to Eva Longoria. What's her name? Eva Longoria.
Eva Longoria.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, their children are just going to be, I mean, they have children. I don't know what they look like, but as adults and teenagers, they're just going to be beautiful. How could they not?
Right on. Okay. So I love how she's getting married and she's getting her wedding dress fitted and she sees because he's rebuilt that fucking mansion, which I thought it was really nice that his dad sold his house and then with his war benefits or whatever and the house, he was able to buy that fucking mansion. I was like, that is the nicest thing.
His dad's like you. He believes in true love.
Yeah, I know, right? I would have done the same thing.
If you set it free and it really loves you, what's it saying? It will.
If you set it free and it returns, then it's meant to be, or some crap like that. Okay.
See?
So, and that house after he's done is really nice. I was like, look at you turning a piece of shit what is it, an ugly duckling into a swan and everything.
Like, how long that take you? Because you ain't doing that by yourself in a year, buddy. That's right on. That's a long haul.
They did do a montage, but then I love how she sees his picture and then her mom's like, ah, shit. And then she just faints and everything. And then I love how she immediately goes out to his house in Storybrooke and he's all like, and they immediately just start fucking, right?
Can we talk about, first of all, she sees him when she's trying the wedding dress on, and then she tells her fiance that she needs to take an alone trip right before the wedding.
Yeah.
She goes and she tells him she's going to Seabrook.
Red flag.
You knew as well as I did. She was going to smash. She wasn't going there for any other reason. The
red flag.
Only thing that would have stopped her, and I'm not even 100% sure, is if she would have pulled up and there was like kids and a pregnant wife sitting on the porch and two little twins running around in the front yard. But even then, I'm not so sure that would have stopped her.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, it was a red flag for sure. Cause I was like, oh, he should not let her go. So
What did you think about the mom and the
her
letters?
showing, the letter, unforgivable. Unforgivable.
Unforgivable. That's like those weird moms that like they got divorced and the dads want nothing to do with the kids, but the mom writes a birthday card every year and sends it. And then the
Yeah.
kid goes to the dad and they're like, you've seen those movies where the kid goes to the dad and is like, I want to be with you too. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, you've sent me all these cards. No, I didn't.
Yeah,
So
it was unforgivable. Like, I'm all like, listen, if she didn't want to be with him, she wouldn't be with him. But it's obvious,
and that's
she
when you
wanted.
find out the mom went through the same thing and she let her family control everything. And don't get me wrong, I love your
I love your
father.
father. I'm like, no, you don't.
No,
Because I
you're
love how
still
at the
thinking of
beginning,
this other guy.
yeah, I love how when they broke up, she's like, you don't look at daddy the way I look at him. And I'm like, oh, she's calling you out, honey, and everything. But she's putting you on blast real hardcore.
Yeah.
But I also, when she went to see him and she's all like, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is so stupid. And then she runs into that fence. I'd be like, you owe him a new fence. You're a bad driver. But I mean, like, women, am I right? They don't know how to drive. So no offense, but whatever if it's taken. But I was like, that's funny. I also when he took her out on that lake, right? And he's like, we better hurry before it starts raining. And then they're out on that lake and they see all those like swans or ducks or whatever the hell they were. And I was all like, this fucker knows what he's doing. Like, this fucker is like, he is her panties are drenched right now. Like, it's like like a waterfall.
He has been practicing this shit on women in Europe all through the war. He's got it down pat. He didn't have anyone waiting for him at home, and all those European women are like, "Ooh, American boy, so cute." And he's like,
and I'm pretty
how
sure
you
he
doing?
didn't. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he didn't pull that move on that widow that he was fucking. But then it started raining.
Need to. She was a cougar before that was a thing, and she was just excited to have that young piece.
She was pretty hot too. I was like, she's no nothing to
no, like
at.
I said, male or female, this movie is just steaming with
even her mom. I'd smash her mom. I was like, her mom's pretty, and she's older, but I'd still give it to her. I'd probably give it to the old Allison, you know what I'm saying? With her dementia. I'd be like, oh, you're not too bad to look at. Pretty sure you were hot back in the day. Anyways, so after they do the rain kissing scene and the mom brings her back, and I love the scene because have you seen the meme when he's like, you come here, he's like, and then he's like, what do you want? What do you want? And she's like, it's not that simple. He's like, what do you? He's like, what do you want? And have you seen that meme where it's like women trying to pick a place to eat for dinner, a restaurant to eat for dinner? And, so true. Oh my God, it's so true. Oh my God, we'll have to have a whole nother podcast for that. Anyway, so I love that scene because I'm all like, when he's like, what do you want? I'm like, tell him you want him, you stupid bitch. That's
I was like that too. I was like, okay, sweetie, look at me in the eyes. Use your big girl words. Yeah. Use your big girl words.
You want him and everything. Like you don't drive out to Sunnybrook because you don't want this man. Like, stop it. You've already chosen.
You left your fiance way back wherever, drove here in hopes that he still had the same feelings for you. And now you're going to sit there and try to tell us you don't know. Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
And then I love how she gets almost driven off the road by a big truck because, again, women can't drive. No offense. But she reads that letter. That's fine. I don't care. Okay. I just want to say, when she reads that last letter that he wrote to her, I'm all like, where did these motherfuckers come up with this? I was, wet after she read that letter. I was like, where do these fuckers come up with these nice ass letters and shit? I looked over at my wife. I was like, you want to write you a letter for a whole year? And she's like, yes. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, you want it? How about a text? Do you want a text for every year? Every
day, on
right?
paper with a pen? Yeah. Do I need to write in pen? Can I write in pencil? I make spelling mistakes, lots of them.
Right.
And I don't want to write duck instead of fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And then her fiance shows up, which I was all like, honey, you knew he was. You haven't shown up for like a week, and he's like, he went to the place where her old boyfriend was. She's getting pounded to the ground and everything. And they pretty much break up or whatnot. So
Even
then,
though he's like, I don't care, just come back with me and let's get married.
yeah, which I'm all like, oh, get the fuck out of her. She's not coming back with you. He built her a house, asshole. Like, and
right.
with white with blue shutters, the way she wanted it. And she was painting with her top off and everything. I was like, that's fucking hot. I was like, you're giving me blood flow right now, Rachel McAdams. So then finally grandma, gets shocked out of it. And she's like, I remember. It's us.
This is
It's us.
How long do I have?
Yeah, I know. Oh, my sweetheart. I don't know how much time we had. I'm like,
Sometimes it's 5 minutes. Sometimes it's 5 hours.
Yeah, it's like, oh, fuck you, old people. Anyways, so if we could just fast forward to the very end and everything.
Okay, so when she says that, oh, it's us, it literally lasts for like 2 minutes. And then
2 minutes.
she loses it, and then she loses her shit because they're dancing.
Yeah,
music again. Well, there is music, but they don't know there's music.
Yeah, right.
So she loses her
Oh, no,
shit.
he puts on music because he's got his phone.
Did he?
He's got his phone.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't.
It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Out.
Go ahead.
So they're dancing. She slips back into her memory loss.
Crazy town. Yeah.
Comes back and is freaking out. The orderly's got to sedate her or whatever. And he has a fucking heart attack.
Yeah, which
don't worry, guys. He lives.
Yeah, he lives. Can I just say, when they take him off to the real hospital, and then she gets put in that room with all those other old bags in those wheelchairs, and she's just sitting there like a fucking bump on a log. I felt so bad for her. I was like, is this how it is in real life? Because that's not the way to treat people.
So, because I mean, I've known a couple of people, like we've had family members that have had dementia and old timers, and that's not what it's like.
Well, yeah, and I just go, that looks like it's a high class place. Like you can't just like, it costs a lot of money to put your family members in there. It looked like to me. So I'm all like, that's how they would treat them.
I mean, unless they were showing her right after they sedated her, then she might look like that because they've given her like some heavy sedatives so she wouldn't be going crazy.
But I did love the nurse when she's all like, you can't see her. I can't let you see her. And she's like,
yes, because he comes back.
Yeah, because he comes back, and then he's like, yeah, I know. And she's like, but I'm gonna go downstairs and get some coffee and everything. And then he sees that her coffee is still there and it's still warm and everything. And I was like, oh, I love this nurse already.
That
I was like,
very sweet.
Yeah, so I'd give her a raise.
And climbs into bed with her.
And she remembers him right then and there. I'm like, oh, you don't need to hear your story again, sweetheart. This is the part where I didn't like this ending because I was like, oh, fuck you, Allison. You remember all of a sudden.
They fall asleep and they're holding hands.
Yeah. And I hold on. Because I want to talk about what she says. She says, do you think, hold on, I'm trying to remember. Because she's like, what's gonna happen? And then she's like, do you think our love is enough to make miracles happen or some bullshit like that? And I was like, oh, get the fuck out of here. No, it's not.
I was just gonna say, please tell me you didn't fall for that bullshit.
I told you I did not like this ending. I was like, oh, Allison and Duke, go fuck yourselves. This ending sucks.
Yeah. So they're holding hands and they both die. And
although at this part I'm crying
the next day. Of course you are. And I'm going, this doesn't happen. This isn't how this happens. He died from that heart attack. He didn't live. He died in the hospital alone. And now she is going to die alone, but she's not going to know she's alone because she can't remember anything. No children ever come to visit them.
No, their children do come to visit them. In that one scene.
Oh.
In the one scene, remember they bring the grandkids?
Yeah. I do remember that now. I don't know why I forgot that, but yes,
it's fine because it's only like a 2-second scene. Okay, yeah. I just want, now that you brought that up, I wonder, did he die of that heart attack? And did she?
The nurse saw him.
No, I'm saying like on a theory level, like a theological level. Did he really die? And he's now in heaven imagining this bullshit, and she's really stuck in that little nursing home in her own little head, in her dumb little head.
I love that.
Let's see that. Wouldn't that have been a good like M. Night Shyamalan twist? Like
that would have been nice. Like showing him in the pearly gates and he's in like a booth, but instead of like the porn store booth, it's like a booth where he's watching what he thought.
A heaven porn story booth. That's good. I like that. No,
It's like
it would have been great if it was just him and
like
yeah, I get
they're
what you're saying.
showing you
Like,
what you thought
yeah, like he
happened to
puts in
kind
the
of ease
quarter
you
and
into that you're dead.
he jerks off to their story. I get it. I get what you're saying, but no, that's good. I like that analogy. God, we need to write that movie now. Like it's like the Notebook 2. That's just what we're gonna name it. We just
How
need to
much of a
get,
notebook was
yeah,
really needed?
we just need to get really drunk one night and then just start writing a script. Just me and the Notebook 2. That's what we're gonna write, and then it'll just be the dumbest thing you've ever heard. But then we'll try to pitch it to a big studio and be like, "You guys have made worse shit than this.
Right,
Just give
we've
us.
seen it.
We just need $1 million. We're gonna pocket most of it, just so you know."
Yeah, it's gonna be more like a 250, but the rest is gonna pay our mortgages.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
We're gonna give ourselves really nice salaries for this
Was
movie.
there, can I ask you though, was there anything in this movie that you didn't like? Because I know you didn't like it, but was there anything in this movie that
My
you
whole
didn't
thing
like?
is I just don't like the pandering. Like they pander to us that everything works out and everything's great and hunky dory. And I go, in real life, she would have slept with him, but she would have went back and got married, and she wouldn't have stayed the whole weekend. She would have shown up, saw he was
You
single,
don't
banged him,
think
and went back to her
so?
life.
Oh, okay. I mean,
She's
maybe, you
I don't
know.
know. I think it would be too complicated. She couldn't stand up to her parents at the time. You think that after these years he's been gone and he's back,
I
that
mean,
she now has grown a pair and can?
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like sometimes, you like move away from somebody and then you come back to them. You know the old saying, set it free, and if it comes back, it's meant to be. And they were meant to be.
Oh, if you say so.
All right, let's talk about our meet cutes, like our specific.
Okay, you can go
Unless there was
first.
anything else you wanted to talk about.
You're no.
All right, I'll tell you my love story. Okay, so me and my wife, we met through our sister-in-law, our brother's wife. They were they had a class together or whatnot, and they had met, and Renee, that's our sister-in-law's name. She was all like, you should meet, because at the time my wife was single, as was I. And she's like, you should meet my brother-in-law. You would really like him a lot. And we met up at a Uccello's, which is like half restaurant, half like nightclub or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's in this little town or whatever, and it just turns, like, at some point in time it turns into like a bar / nightclub, because people are like,
it's a restaurant that during the day it's like a pizza restaurant,
yeah,
and it's great. And then at 9 o'clock, something happens, and all the tables, the high tops in the bar area are gone. The only thing left are the booths.
yeah, and
they're
so
playing music and people are dancing.
so it was basically supposed to be a blind date, but also a group date, because it was supposed to be me, our oldest brother, our sister-in-law, and then my wife Trisha was supposed to show up. So our twin brother was in town, so him and his wife, they came along, and it was more like she met my whole family on our first blind date. And let me just say, when she showed up, first off, I thought she was the cutest thing ever. I was just like, this girl is super fucking cute, like especially in the face. And then
she is very pretty. I will give you.
Yeah, thank you. And then so she sat down and we were talking, and I'm telling you right now, this woman, she has snared me real quick. She wrapped me around her little finger, and then we went back to our brother's house. Marlon did, our twin brother didn't come along, but we went back to Don's house, and we sat there and pretty much talked the whole night, and she was so stinking cute. And then we slept in the same bed together. We did not have sexual intercourse, which we both agreed that we're glad we didn't, because if we had slept with each other, we wouldn't have called each other back. But we had slept together in the same bed. Like, we both passed out because we were pretty drunk. And she woke up the next morning and like bailed and everything before I woke up. And I was like, oh, she could have left me a note.
Shame without the shame.
Yeah, she could have left me a note or a flower or some bullshit. But she didn't. It's fine. And then the rest is movie making history.
Yeah.
Your
and
turn,
his
go.
wife is super pretty and so nice.
She's
so
sweet.
sweet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you could find anyone that would have a problem with her, because even when she's trying to be mean, she's like,
yeah,
she's super
like,
nice.
Oh, this is your mean?
Yeah.
Like, your mean sucks.
You're like, well, that's so nice. And she's like, oh, that was me telling you off.
Right. Yeah. All right, tell me about your meet cute, you little lover bean.
So I met my husband at the Milwaukee Zoo.
That's super cute.
We went to the same college, and our college did like a back to school dance at the Milwaukee Zoo where they like rented out the zoo. So for like an hour, you could walk around the zoo, look at all the animals, and then they had this dance in this building. And this is gonna age me. The Macarena came on.
Oh my God, I love the Macarena.
So the Macarena came on, and there were like all of these like freshman football player. My husband was not a freshman. He was actually a captain of the college football
team. Because he's huge.
Yeah.
He's built like a brick shit house. He's so fucking huge.
So all these like guys that are like freshmen that I knew from like orientation and stuff are climbing on each other's shoulders doing the Macarena. And I had been trying all night long to get my husband's attention. Like I was dancing in front of him. I was like trying so hard. The man was
like, hey, fucker, look at me.
Pretty much. So, and that's how I got where I was like, fuck it. Everybody else is going on people's shoulders. So I tapped him on the shoulder and I said, can I go on your shoulders? And you could tell he like was, what did she say? Because he had this look like, wait, did I hear that right? And I said, can I go on your shoulders? Like I said a second time. And he knelt down and put me on his shoulder, and we did the Macarena with me on his shoulders. And we like hung out, and it was super funny because like all of the like seniors and the older football guys that he had come with, now they're getting on each other's shoulders because they're like, who's this girl on his shoulders? And his nickname in college for football was Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So after the dance was over, I asked him for his number, and I love my husband so much. And you have to remember, this was at the beginning of college. They were doing 2-a-days. Everything was about football. And when I asked him for his number, he gave me his football jersey number.
That's so funny. That's good. I like that.
Horrible. And then that following weekend was Labor Day weekend, and I went to Indiana for a family get together. And when I had come back, there was a message on our answering machine board, on our little board, that he had called, and we had just gotten our phone like that day. Like I didn't have a phone, and the phone people had come that day and given us our phone. So my roommate had gone to the college because we lived off campus, but they were paying for our off campus apartment because they ran out of dorms. So the requirement was once we had a phone number, we'd give it. So my roommate went to the college and gave the residence life's office our phone number. And he had convinced one of his football buddies' girlfriends that was a resident advisor to go to the resident office and get my number. And she made up this whole story, and it was kind of set from there that he tracked me down and got my number.
Nice. That's super cute. I love that.
Yeah. And that was, holy crap, what?
A million years ago. Yeah, it was so long ago, but worth every minute.
So I always say I went to the zoo for college orientation, and I got more than I
left with a husband.
Right. and I can say the first night I met, I had my husband's head between my legs.
Yeah, you were rubbing your vagina on his neck.
Just not in the way that most girls would mean when they say that. I was doing the Macarena.
Right on. Yeah. Is that what you call it?
You betcha. We have children, everything's in code.
Right on. Hey, that's cool. It's cool. Hey, listen, there's no judgment here. I suspend judgment as soon as the mic goes on. So
yeah. So I think we both have great meet cutes. I agree. Your story because I lived it as it happened. I got the play-by-play from both our sister-in-law and our mother. So
oh yeah, I can imagine her mother.
All right. So would you recommend this movie?
I would. I think it's super cute, especially if you're like me and you love love. I recommend this movie. What about you?
I don't like to cry. I'm an ugly crier. That is my problem.
Oh, there was
crier. I get the the next day I look like I've gone 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. No, I am not. I mean, I'm all for love, and I do like romantic movies and stuff, but I don't want to be, pandered to. I don't want things that are like come on, really type of situations. I just don't. And this whole movie, I'm like, that's not how this would have played out. But
I feel you.
You know,
but I
you
still
liked
loved
it.
it.
I didn't, but I'm also not a Nicholas Sparks fan. Like I said, I like A Walk to Remember, but that's a different
I agree.
kind of thing. So, alrighty. Well, I guess since you don't have anything else and I don't either, we'll wrap this up then. So thank you guys so much for listening. Follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated. And we will give you tons of fun facts about the movies that we review throughout the week once we post it.
Yeah.
If you listen to us on Apple Pod, Google, Spotify, anywhere that you can leave us a review, leave us that 5 stars, leave us a positive rating review. We would really appreciate it. We will also be posting this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to hit that subscribe and like buttons for us. You can check us out at YouTube BS Drunk Movie Reviews. We have also started a Patreon where we review movie franchises.
Yeah.
We have done the Bring It On franchise.
Fantastic.
Which, who knew? I did not know how much I would love the Cheer Goddess.
Right. Yeah.
I definitely did not think hashtag smack or cheer smack would bring us the Cheer Goddess.
Right. Yeah.
I did not know there was a Bring It On horror film. Who knew?
Who knew?
We did the fabulous Sex in the City movies.
Yep. We also did the Jurassic Park movies.
We did Jurassic Park.
Yep. Love Jurassic Park.
And for this, at the end of this month, September, we will start dropping the Scream movies.
Yeah.
Nev Campbell.
Love her. Goddess.
And there are levels on our Patreon for everyone, so don't think we're gonna exclude you. You can even donate a small amount each month, enough just to buy us a shot.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
All right, check the description below for our merch, how to follow us on all the socials, and for our Patreon. And please, guys, most of all, don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat, and do it responsibly. Bye, guys.
Bye.